We're just going to transition now, and you're going to roll back over onto your front. The next exercise we're going to do is the leg pull in prone. This is really a move very similar to the plank position in yoga, and we're going to build into it slowly to check your core strength throughout, to also give you some alternatives when you choose to practice this exercise. It's really wonderful for building strength and really works the core stability. Just start with your forearms resting on the mat, elbows directly under your shoulders. Now keep your toes lengthened. Just really lengthen through your spine, through the top of your head down to your toes. Brace your core and just raise yourself up onto your elbows, lifting up to about hip height. Keep your center contracted to protect and strengthen your whole back. Keep lengthening through your head down to your toes and keep your spine comfortable and neutral. Make sure your eyes are still focusing down towards the floor, keeping your shoulders relaxed and down. Now try raising your hips up so you're resting actually on your knees, keeping your buttocks in line with your shoulders, lengthening away all the time, keeping it strong. If this is feeling good and you feel strong in this position, take the progression up again by just tucking under your toes and then pushing back through the heels. So moving your hips into place, making a lovely straight line with your whole body. You're now in the full plank position. Don't let your shoulders collapse. Keep it nice and strong in your center, really pulling that navel to your spine. Contract the transverse abdominis. Feel the strength. Slowly lower back down, release from that position, come back onto the floor, just relax for a minute, and then work your way back up through those levels into the plank position again. This takes a lot of strength and effort, and really work with the visualization, really imagine you know exactly where your hips are, keeping those lines. Keeping your hips in line with your shoulders, strengthening through as you lengthen your body into the full plank position. As you lift up onto your toes and push away with your heels, really lengthen through your heels. Keep the stress out of your shoulders by just melting your shoulder blades down your back towards your waist. Come back down again and release. Just going to take that up one more time now. Work through the stages, lifting up the breastbone. Come up to hip level. Raise up onto your knees, keeping your hips in line with your shoulders. And then if you're still feeling nice and strong, just tuck your toes under, press back with your heels and lengthen into the plank position. Hold that position there. Feel totally stable, strong, rooted in that stance. Hold it there. And gently release back down. Keep your core in place, your spine in neutral throughout. Don't just let it go. Keep it strong. Protects your back. And lower yourself down onto the floor. You can practice the leg pull in prone probably up to about 5 times initially going into the full plank position. Gradually over time you can build that up to a maximum of 10 repetitions, holding the position for about 10 seconds. Now just roll gently over onto your side and we're going to do the side bend. This exercise really helps to build strength throughout the whole body. And the stronger you keep your navel to spine and the abdominal corset in place, the easier this all becomes. Lie on your side and just bring your knees up to about a 45-degree angle. You just want to rest your upper body onto your elbow, but make sure you're lifting up out of the shoulder so your body doesn't collapse. Feel in control. Remember to draw your shoulder blades down your back and feel your spine lengthen. Now you're going to place your spare hand just in front of you, about navel height to use for a little bit of balance support. You're not actually going to be pressing on this hand, so just try fingertips on the ground. Keep your chest lifted, and as you exhale, let your hips just lift up to the ceiling, inhaling as you return down. Only lift your hips as high as you can control them. Remember to keep your hips stacked. Don't let them roll forward or backwards. Remain completely in control throughout this whole movement. To increase the intensity in this position, just try using your support arm to sweep up and over your head to really feel the lengthening in the body. Make sure though that you keep your hips stacked, don't roll forward or back at all. If you're finding that too strong, then just keep the arm back down in front of you again. Just one more movement and then relax. We're just going to transition now to come up to a sitting position with your legs in front of you. So just push yourself up to sitting, stretch your legs in front, and you might want to use a small folded towel again, just to get that position nice and comfortable on your pelvis, to make sure that you're not feeling too much of a stretch in the hamstrings behind the legs. If you feel it's more comfortable, just bend the knees slightly to release the pressure. Brace yourself with the corset. Bring in that transverse abdominis and really grip the navel to the spine. Draw it up, inside. Soften the ribs. Remember the thoracic breathing. Coming down into your ribs and into your mid-back. Keep that corset nice and strong. Lift up through the head. Release the shoulders, melting down towards your waist. From this beautiful, strong position, you're just going to take your arms up to your sides, to shoulder height. And we're going to mobilize the spine and stretch the back by inhaling, turning to one side, exhaling, reaching over to your foot. Inhale, come back up. Turn and stretch down to the other leg. Now what's really important throughout this maneuver is that your pelvis doesn't move. You bend by drawing your navel strongly to your spine and lifting and reaching through opposite arm to opposite leg. Keep your hips facing forward throughout the movement. Try and imagine that your little finger is going to reach through and meet with your little toe. So you're getting a lengthening and a stretching throughout the spine. You're opening up the whole shoulder and back area as well. Just imagine that you're bending over that big beach ball as you feel that stretch in your upper back. Releasing and just letting go of any tension. Inhale as you come back up and come to center. Exhale as you reach and bend over the leg. Inhale as you come back up to center. Exhale, reach and bend over that beach ball. Little finger to little toe. Always remember the grace and control of all the Pilates movements. See if you can feel any difference in how far you can stretch from that first position, that first bend, to this last bend. As you reach and stretch. Just come to the last one now. And come back to center. We're now going to lie down on our other side and repeat the side bend exercise. So lower yourself onto your side, onto the mat. Lengthen through your body. Just bringing your knees up to about a 45-degree angle, and rest your upper body up onto your elbow, lifting out of the shoulder so the body doesn't collapse. Stay nice and strong. Remember to draw your shoulder blades down. Really feel your spine lengthen, and just place your hand in front of you, just about navel height, for a little extra safety balance. All we're going to do is just lift the hips as high as you can control them, keeping your hips stacked throughout, making sure they don't roll forwards or back. Keep your chest lifted, and as you exhale, let your hips just lift to the ceiling, inhaling as you return down. Really feel the strength in your whole body as you lift and lengthen. And if you want to try increasing the intensity, take away your support hand and lift and reach over the head, really lengthening through the body now as you draw those hips up and reach. If you find that a bit strong, don't worry, just stay with the previous level. The strength will come. Just keep that corset as strong as you possibly can, as that's the key to all of these Pilates movements. With your core being strong and stable, your body will stretch and move effortlessly. Just come to the last one of those and relax.